What's up, you guys? Welcome to my new vlog. I'm starting this vlog to just give you guys more info and insight into my life. But today this vlog is on how I got the name Staci Cash. And so if you guys used to follow me from my old account, or you've seen me in the past in some of my other videos, then you know that my name is not Staci. But if you do know my real name, please don't tell it to anybody, because yeah, just trying to keep that under wraps lately. But this is a story about how I got the name Staci Cash. I think it's, past the statute of limitations and anything that could be illegal for me to tell you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the story about how it happened. But I grew up outside of Los Angeles, and at the time I was growing up in the late 2000s, I was a teenager, and it was Partyville, USA back then, so I of course wanted to get in on that action myself, even though I was a teenager. And I had a cousin at the time named Kenya. She's was really popular, and she had a friend who was like super uber duper popular. I mean, she was Insta famous before there was an Instagram, this girl. And so my cousin, when I was 18 years old, got me a fake ID so that I could go to the clubs with her. And so one day she comes home to me and she says, look, get dressed up, get as fancy, get as beautiful as you can, because we're going someplace really important. And so I asked her, what was the deal? And she said, we're going to go to a famous restaurant in Hollywood, and then we're going to go to a famous club in Hollywood, basically the best club and the best restaurant in Hollywood. So just look as beautiful as you can. So I said, okay, understood the assignment, right? Back then, I used to dye my hair brown. And so I had long brown hair, and I would wear contact lenses because I thought, okay, well, I need to set myself apart. I'll be honest, you guys, back then, I don't think I was even half as cute as I am now. I don't think anybody is cute when they're a teenager, because you're just awkward, So I was an awkward teenager, but I did myself up, and I did the best I could to look pristine, you guys. So long brown hair, contact lenses, and I was wearing this cute, short, red bedazzled dress. So her friend comes to pick us up in a limousine, which was like mind-blowing to me, because 18 years old, I don't think I'd ever really been in a limousine before. We get in, it's me, my cousin, her friend, and like 5 other girls. So there's like literally 8 girls in this limousine. They drive us to Hollywood, and they drop us off at this restaurant. I really wish that I could remember the name of the restaurant, but I can't, you guys. I just remember that it was a really famous restaurant. And so at this point, I'm curious. I ask her, who are we meeting? Like, who's taking us out? And she says to me, it's the owner of the club, Les Deux. Now, you guys may not know Les Deux, because I think it's already gone out of business or whatnot. It's been a very long time. But back then, Les Deux was the hottest club. Like, it was hard for people who were like millionaires to get in. Like, you had to have some type of celebrity status to get into this club, especially to get into VIP. So yeah, she's like, we're gonna meet the owner of Les Deux right now and sit at his private table, and then we're going to go to the club with him. So I was definitely, for sure, very nervous. I'm kind of a socially awkward person. Like, people don't tend to think so because of my social media, but I am even to this day. And back then it was even worse, because I was, just a kid. And so we get there, and we have this dinner, and he is sitting at the head of the table, and my cousin is sitting next to him on one side, and her friend is sitting next to him on the other side, and I am sitting to the right of my cousin, so basically just one seat away from her. And so for the most of the dinner, I was quiet. I just let them chat and do their thing, and I'm just chilling there. And then halfway because if you know anything about anything, Staci Cash is like a cult icon from the movie Clueless. Growing up in LA, I had watched Clueless one too many times. Like, I wanted to be her. I really wanted that life badly. And I love Staci Cash. I love everything she stands for. So if you hate me for that, hate me. I don't care. But he says, you look like Staci Cash. I'm gonna call you Staci Cash. And you guys, that's where I got the nickname. This was years and years and years ago. It's like, I'm gonna call you Staci Cash. And so I haven't used it that much since then because nobody knows the story unless you were there. My cousin and her friends and all that stuff, the whole night called me Staci, Staci, Staci. And so when I decided, man, like, who am I gonna be nowadays? You know, I remember this story, like, oh yeah, I'm Staci. And so now it has stuck. I'm just Staci Cash. And so that is the story of how I got my name as an 18-year-old illegally visiting one of the most famous clubs in Hollywood and having the owner name me after one of my favorite characters in a movie. Sorry for the camera, you guys, I'm driving, but this is still going on YouTube. But yeah, that's how I got the name Staci Cash. And I'm gonna make more stories about my life because my life has been honestly wild. It's been nuts. And so some of these stories are way more interesting than this one, but